Welcome to another video with a bad hand. I don't like 6 mana source hands, no matter how otherwise tempting they might be. It's much better. Turns on the Mox Opal, but no, that's not good enough. I wonder what. Chalice of the Void on 0. Well, this is Eldrazi Tron, and I am very, very glad I scribed that Memnite to the bottom. I say that, and then I draw Ornithopter, so... Ah... I mean, I could Galvanic Blast the Matter's Reshaper, but that doesn't actually get me anywhere. That was the perfect draw. If you had asked me last turn what card I wanted to draw, I would have said Darksteel Citadel. Okay. This match just got, or this game just got a lot more winnable. Thought-Knot Seer takes Galvanic Blast back on the Thought-Knot Seer next turn. Blast the Seer. Draw my card. Drum. Plating. I guess I could have held the plating and just attacked while the Master was still a 4/4 before he knew what I was playing. This may actually induce him to not jump, because he's afraid of taking a ton of damage next turn off the plating. But if he does that, I think he's actually making the wrong play. So it's possible that putting all of the information out there made him do the wrong thing. Because I think he should have jumped that turn anyways, just because of the, me being able to equip up the Nexus next turn. Because now he's like, oh, hey, I get to block him, and I can either Overseer or Nexus attack. How much would I be attacking for? I would have 7 artifacts, so I would be attacking for 9. Yeah, I'm just gonna put him. I'm gonna put him on half a Ghost Quarter or die. That sounds good to me. And this is why him not jumping last turn was a mistake. Because now he's just so close to dead. Well, I suppose if he had jumped, then... Walking Ballista for 2. I would prefer to have the Overseer tapped than the Ravager. And he could shoot it, but I suppose he was never going to shoot it. Well, anyways. This doesn't look good for him. Alright, what could he do that's actually important here? Dismember seems the only really important card that he could have. Thought-Knot doesn't matter. Another Reality Smasher doesn't matter. Another Walking Ballista could be okay. Relic Progeny is clearly irrelevant. activate this, then activate the Overseer, and if he shoots it in response... Well, I suppose that's not quite true. Oh yes, that is so. Um, so he gets 3 shots with this. This starts at a 2/2. So he pings it down and needs 1 more shot to kill it. So he pings it once, then he pings it a second time while this ability is on the stack. Well, actually no, I can respond with that. Man, thinking is hard. Anyways, suffice it to say that he cannot win the Ballista kills the Blinkmoth war, because if he goes for it first before I do the Steel Overseer, then the Overseer plus the Ravager means that I win in response to his stuff, and if he does it after I activate Steel Overseer, so I have to activate Steel Overseer before I attack with the Blinkmoth Nexus. Because what I need to do is, if he goes... So I have to activate this first. So now if he tries to shoot it down, then I can have it pump itself. Oh, he's just doing it like that? So... to me, what this reads as is I have a spell. Because there's no way he'd be doing this if he didn't have something like Dismember. So he wants me to go Ravager in on the Blinkmoth. So now, because I suspect him having something, and because the he has no particularly great way to punish me for playing a little bit slower, I think the best he can do is Karn if he gets to Tron. So I'm able to afford to play more conservatively like this. And similarly, because I'm putting him on having a... I guess he couldn't have Dismember. Shoot. Because he just died of his own Dismember. Right. I'm definitely paying attention. And not at all asleep. What could he have that really punishes me for the line I took? Because I was thinking, man, there's no way he would throw away his Ballista like that. Because it would just be... There's no reason for him to not have pumped it, but that's not actually true. I was thinking he had to have a better kill spell that he needed to leave the mana open the Ballista for. 6? Is this like Walking Ballista X3? Or... we did this last turn. Alright, whatever. He's just fooling around while he loses horribly. Alright, alright. Champions are awful, Memnites are on the ground, Thoughtseize, and Ancient Grudge. There we go. I suppose what you saw was me playing somewhat inefficiently because I had an overwhelming advantage and was scared to lose to something weird. as opposed to being confident and knowing that he couldn't have anything and just killing him. Which is the line I suppose the line I should have taken was just confidently killing him. But then again, like, honestly speaking, there were whatever line I took there, he was going to lose. Affinity versus Eldrazi Tron is pretty well in Affinity's favor, to say the least. It's interesting how sometimes you need to play more aggressively, and sometimes to finish the game before they could do something, and sometimes you want to play more defensively because they might have something that you're not aware of. I'm coming up with this discussion on the spot, so my words aren't going to be sequenced perfectly. But sometimes because you're afraid of what they might have, you have to play very aggressively, and sometimes because you're afraid of what they might have, you have to play very defensively. And it's interesting to try to identify which situation either of those things are true in. Like, I find the times when you want to play more aggressively than the board state suggests because you're afraid of what they might have is when you're closer to, at parity, and they might blow you out with something if you're close to parity and you're afraid, oh, they could have some really good spell that blows up my board, that puts them very far ahead, and you want to end the game before they could get to that thing. Whereas what we saw in the last game, where I was playing more defensively than normal, it's because I felt my position is so good in this game that the only way I lose from here is by playing into some edge card. Not sure if I explained that properly, but it's an interesting question. When it comes to this hand, it sucks because it can't cast any relevant spells, and it gets owned really hard by Chalice of the Void. So this hand still gets owned by Chalice of the Void, but is amazing if he doesn't have Chalice on 0. Vault Scourge. Do I want a Vault Scourge? Not really. So, pray for no Chalice on 0. Which he does not... No, he has it. Damn. If he had no Chalice on 0, that would have been turn 1 Steel Overseer. Right? Yeah, that would have been turn 1. Blah. Really want an Ancient Grudge. I guess I run out both of these creatures. And then what I really want is to don't get a Ghost Quarter, please. He's probably getting Tron land. Another map. So he's gonna have Tron next turn. So if I play Ravager, I kind of get owned by him looking for a Ghost Quarter and Ghost Quartering the Ink Moth that I go all in on. Whereas if I play neither, I think I'm better off animating this and the other one, activating and getting in for 2 poison. Because this gets owned by Ghost Quarter less hard. It's really awkward that everything is at Convertum on cost 2 for this Ratchet Bomb. So next turn I can do Vault Scourge Ravager, and then if I draw a land, that's pretty close to lethal on the next turn if he has no Ghost Quarter or things that matter. But he could play Thought Knot or a Ballista this turn, or some giant nasty thing on the following turn. It could be pretty awkward. Getting another tower probably, or a Ghost Quarter. If he's getting another tower, he's... Alright, so this reads to me as a Ballista or a... It's gotta be a Ballista or... whatever the hell the Ulamog, that's the one. Yeah. This is gonna be a Ballista for 5, which I pretty much just lose to. I mean, I have to pray that he doesn't have it. I don't see a line that I can take where I beat a Ballista for 5. Not with having a relatively awkward start under a Chalice for 0 on the draw after mulliganing. I need him to just have lots of Thought Knot Seers or something. Karn? Ballista? Yeah, this is a Ballista. I'm gonna see what he gets with the Sanctum of Ugin and then concede, because I don't think I can win. I get not with... well, no, I can draw... I can still draw a... well, let's see. If this is a Karn, then there's no way to win. Oh, another Walking Ballista. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way to beat 2 Walking Ballistas. That's true, right? Yes. Because I don't have colored mana anymore. Yeah, those cards certainly were not going to do it. Alright, game 3. Let's not get owned by Chalice on 0 in this game. I'm feeling them not getting owned by Chalice on 0. Triple Cranial Plating is kind of hilarious. This hand is meh. Doesn't actually have the second mana for the Triple Cranial Plating, but it is kind of close to having it, because if it draws another land, then it can play Plating and Equip, so I think it's worth keeping. Since it's just 1 land away from doing Plating, Equip, Plating, Equip, Plating, Equip, so that's turn 2, turn 3, turn 4 win. If I draw a land. Assume he can't kill the Vault Scourge. If he can't kill the Vault Scourge, just play Plating and Equip it every turn after turn 1. So much fun. There are several ways this hand goes wrong, but certainly it beats many potential mulligans. That's one of the ways where it goes poorly. At least I get to start deploying cranial platings, so when I do draw a creature, I can make it terrifying. Ratchet Bomb? No, this is the Matter Shaper. Okay. Need a creature. Also need him to not have Walking Ballista. That would be bad. I want to buy creature. Please deliver. One flying creature is basically lethal right now, so... Okay. If he has no removal, then that'll kill him. Okay, that's removal. I'm going to have to kill him at a Reshaper, otherwise I just die to the Reshaper beats no matter what I draw next turn. That's sad. Oh. Just drew a removal spell. Oh, I could have drawn the, yeah, nope. Well, that's kind of a shame.